Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And welcome back to another episode of Crypto News. Now today we're going to be discussing Coinbase denying their plans for their recent IPO, while also discussing how they want to add between 200 and 300 cryptocurrencies over the course of the next year. Now in addition to this, we're also going to be going over the recent Oyster PRL scam. And if you guys don't know what this is, we're going to be explaining it, but essentially it was a cryptocurrency that went rogue and has turned into a total Ponzi scheme and scam, and a lot of people have lost money. So we're going to be discussing why this happened, how it happened, and as well as how you guys can avoid this happening to you in the cryptocurrencies that you guys invest in. So if you guys are interested, go and stick around for the video, and do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into this. So first things first, we're going to go over to this Coinbase, and we're going to discuss how they are denying their plans for their IPO. So this is really nothing new. It's nothing significant, to be honest. The IPO isn't a big deal. It's just, with Coinbase looking to try to kind of become a bank, but also try to abide by regulation. This is them just keeping in the middle ground here. We're trying to see if they're going to follow the plans of what Binance and Bittrex are doing and moving over to Malta to have essentially just easy regulation over there, as well as low taxes, or if they want to keep abiding by the US standards of regulation. And so what we see down here is that they really just talk about this and saying that the move copies the fellow exchange Bittrex, which announced the segregation of its U.S. international client, its U.S. and its international clients base of this week via separate platform registered in Malta. So what they're doing is they're really having their form of U.S. regulation, but also their form of international client regulation outside of the US. So they're kind of separating the two for all the clients that are in the US, but also for the clients who are not, and giving them essentially different regulation. In a sense, what BitMEX is also doing, and how US clients can't use BitMEX, but outside the US you are allowed to use it. So partial regulation is kind of the name of the game here and what we are seeing. But in addition to this, what what most of you guys are probably excited about is the addition of almost 200 to 300 cryptocurrencies. So we see down here with them pushing IPOs back, saying, yes, it's not getting denied, but it's also not getting confirmed. They're just saying as of right now, they have too many things in front of an IPO. They have too many things to get done, and IPO is really just put on the back burner for what we have now. And so what you see here is an official announcement coming out saying, we offer 7 cryptocurrencies, so you should expect us to go from 7 to that total number we think is worth it, between 200 and 300 over the next year or so. He said, adding, some things will be offered in the US, but more things will probably be offered outside of the US. So again, this is the whole US regulation versus international regulation, and how they're trying to abide by both here. But with them saying that they want to add between 200 and 300 cryptocurrencies is absolutely substantial. I mean, we know that that would do a huge amount for the market, because when coins get added to Coinbase, it brings volume. Now, whether that volume is just circulating from Bitcoin into these altcoins that get added, or whether it's actually new investors coming in and putting new money, institutional money, into some of these cryptocurrencies, is kind of mixed reviews. It's pretty much about 50-50. A lot of it is circulating money that's coming out of other cryptocurrencies into this new one that's getting added to Coinbase, but a lot of it's also people buying this, because what it does is it opens up essentially the largest fiat pair that's possible. With Coinbase being one of, if not the largest fiat paired exchange on the crypto market right now, when they add coins, that's what makes it so significant. So if they were to add between 200 and 300 pairs of fiat based cryptocurrency, that would do a huge number for the market. It would make the ease of buying cryptocurrency so much easier than having to transfer it to exchanges like Bittrex, or like Binance, and some of these other ones, because you would literally just be able to buy them straight with your US dollar straight into your cryptocurrency, then from that cryptocurrency straight back into your US dollar or your euro or your yen or whatever you use. So that within itself would be absolutely huge. But again, guys, them putting the IPOs on the back burner, but also looking to add at least 200 cryptocurrencies over the course of the next year. Now, do I believe this is going to happen? Personally, no. I'm not saying that this is a false claim or a false announcement. I just think that they are exaggerating or underthinking just how significant adding 200 cryptocurrencies with fiat pairs is to their exchange. Now, maybe they're not going to add fiat pairs, but I still think that they don't quite realize how hard and difficult this would be to add 200 cryptocurrencies to their exchange. We've talked about this a lot, and again, I know Coinbase has been in the news, but I do not think that they are going to be adding 200. Maybe they could add like 10, 15, 20, but I think between 10 and 20 is a lot better of a number than 200 and 300 because, I certainly do think that is a little bit much even for Coinbase. So, again, they've only had 7. They've been around for years now. So, I think it'd be hard for them to all of a sudden add 200. So, let's go ahead over to this Oyster scam, Ponzi scheme, whatever you guys want to call it, because this was a pretty significant event, because what happened was this was kind of an uplooked cryptocurrency, and I was in my Discord. If you guys aren't in there, there's a link to that in the description below. There's a lot of other cool things like social media and Patreon. But I was in my Discord, and one of the people in there named I'm going to butcher her name. I believe it's Julia. Mentioned to me about this thing because we were talking about video ideas, and she brought up the idea of Oyster, and I've heard of it before, never really got involved with it, didn't really know anything about it, and so when she brought this up and explained to me what happened, I decided to look into it myself. And so what happened is you have Oyster PRL here, or Oyster PRL, and what happened was you had the owners, or 2 of the lead guys in it, that ended up getting in an argument, and they got in a trust battle and saying, you're not loyal to me anymore, and I can't trust you anymore. And so what you had is you had one of them that came out, took a ton of the cryptocurrency that he had owned or printed it, or essentially however he got a hold of this. A lot of people believe that he printed it and then ran, or he had it from the beginning since he was one of the owners, grabbed it all, jumped on an exchange, sold it all, and ran. And so now what you have here is you have this thing just being seen as an exit scam, and it's not helping the name of crypto, because this was while it wasn't one of the most popular cryptocurrencies, and it wasn't one of the best cryptocurrencies, it was certainly one that people looked at as, hey, this has potential. It was, even correlated to being kind of like BAT, kind of like Cardano, even IOTA. I know it was, I could be wrong here, I think it was on the IOTA platform, or related to IOTA, but yeah, here, so it actually even mentions BAT. So likewise to BAT, which was a part of the project, may replace advertisements with cryptocurrencies microtransactions. So with this smart contract platform just being utterly obliterated in the last couple of days, it scares a lot of people, because people definitely lost money on this. People were invested into this. This was people's jobs as well, to not even, talk about the investor side of this. And there was even plans and rumors that this thing was going to be listed on Binance. So thank God that this thing was, it's a shame that this happened, but it's a good thing it happened before it got listed on Binance, because Binance, 1, has a very clean slate, and 2, if it would have got listed on Binance, a lot more of people would have gotten hurt by this scam. So let's talk a little bit about, now that we know why it happened and how it happened, let's talk a little bit about how you can prevent this from happening to yourself. So I think a big thing here that not a lot of people realize is that when you are looking to invest into a cryptocurrency, you have to realize that there are so many components to go into it. Do you have scalability? Do you have the option to have the owners just sell off all of it, or is their tokens locked? How does the tokens get dispersed? Is it proof of work? Is it proof of stake? Is it proof of memory? How are these tokens getting dispersed? They should not all be dispersed at the very beginning, and they should not be centralized to the owners who can then sell them at any time. These are problematic things that you have to look at when investing in a cryptocurrency. So if it is proof of work, like mining, then it has to be mined out over a certain period of time. It can't just all be collected or printed and then just ran off with like this. Now, I feel bad because, again, this is something that you do have to look into, but it's also something that is, I guess, sort of a trust factor. It's a really unfortunate set of circumstances, but when you are looking at cryptocurrency, guys, I do just plead with you, when you're looking at these, at all of this stuff in any investment, do a little background check. A lot of people have gotten burnt out from all of the Ponzi's that we've had this year, starting off with BitConnect, and look into this, saying, how can these tokens be dispersed? Can these people run away with the money? Can the owners have access within the next couple of years? If the owners can't touch the tokens in the next 5 years, you're probably all right, because what that does is it shows that the owners believe in the project enough that they're willing to say, no matter what happens, we are not going to be able to sell our share of the tokens until at least 5-10 years from now, because we believe that the project will progress and go long term, and we're in here because we believe in the project, not because we're in here for a cash grab. And so that's really one of the most significant signs of cash grabs for me, of saying, Are the owner's tokens locked? Are there a portion of the tokens locked? How are they going to be dispersed? So again, guys, make sure you look at that stuff before making investments. You know, I can't tell you guys what to invest in or how to invest, but you know, that's my opinion on looking at stuff like this. So it's, you know, again, it really is unfortunate. And when you look at the numbers of this thing, it has absolutely gotten devastated recently. You know, tanking from all the way over 20 cents now to around 2 cents, 2.5 cents, and still declining now. So again, that just today it's down 40, almost 43%. So really unfortunate. And when I looked at this number yesterday, it was actually in the 600s. It's also fell another 100 in the rankings on CoinMarketCap. So super unfortunate set of events over here, but that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, guys, the links to these articles will be in the description below, as well as a bunch of other stuff like the Patreon, the Discord, my social media, and a lot of stuff that you guys can get connected. And so once again, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But until then, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.